Welcome to another deep dive with us today. We're going to be exploring a really interesting intersection of science.
Yeah.
And that is toxins, OLEDs, and the ability to control neurons with light.
Wow.
It's kind of like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie. You know, we're kind of harnessing the power of
Yeah.
nature's poisons and cutting-edge tech to delve into the mysteries of the brain.
It's amazing how something that can be so harmful, like a toxin, can actually be a really useful tool for understanding, the intricate workings of our nervous system.
Right.
These toxins are kind of like tiny keys that fit perfectly into specific locks within our cells,
Oh, okay.
allowing us to unlock and study very precise functions.
Okay, I am intrigued already.
Yeah.
What kind of toxins are we talking about, and how do they work?
So take palytoxin, for instance.
Okay.
This is a really, really potent toxin that's found in certain types of coral.
Wow.
And it disrupts the way that cells transport ions, these tiny charged particles, but are essential for all sorts of cellular processes.
So by studying how palytoxin kind of throws a wrench in the system,
Yeah.
scientists can learn more about how ion transport works in healthy cells.
Precisely, yeah. It's like introducing a controlled disruption to see how the system responds,
Right.
and then figuring out how to restore the balance.
That's a clever approach.
Yeah.
Are there other examples of toxins being used in this way?
Absolutely. There's saxitoxin, which is responsible for paralytic shellfish poisoning.
Oh, wow.
And this one targets ion channels, which are these pathways that allow ions to flow in and out of cells.
Right.
And by studying how saxitoxin blocks these channels, researchers can actually map out their location and their function,
Okay.
which is a crucial step in understanding how nerves transmit signals.
So it's kind of like using saxitoxin to create a blueprint of the nervous system's communication network.
Exactly.
Wow. That's pretty amazing considering it comes from something that can make us sick.
Yeah. And then there's dendrotoxin. This is found in the venom of mamba snakes.
Okay.
And it specifically blocks potassium channels, which are essential for nerve function.
Right.
And by understanding how dendrotoxin works, researchers can gain insights into conditions like epilepsy, which are characterized by abnormal electrical activity in the brain.
So this is where it is really interesting for me.
Yeah.
We're talking about potentially developing new treatments for neurological disorders based on our understanding of these toxins.
Exactly. And it's not just about treating diseases.
Right.
It's also about unraveling the fundamental mysteries of the brain,
Oh, wow.
how it processes information, how it forms memories, and how it generates our conscious experience.
That's amazing. It seems like we've only just scratched the surface of what these toxins can teach us.
For sure.
There's so much potential for discovery here. Are there any other toxins that play a key role in neuroscience research?
Yeah, one more notable example is bungarotoxin.
Okay.
This one is found in the venom of certain crate snakes,
Wow.
and it targets acetylcholine receptors, which are involved in muscle movement and memory. And by studying how bungarotoxin disrupts these receptors, scientists can gain a deeper understanding of how these vital processes work at a molecular level.
It's remarkable how something so potentially dangerous can be so valuable for scientific research.
Definitely.
But I'm curious, how do OLEDs fit into this picture?
Right.
We've been talking about toxins and neurons, and now suddenly we're bringing in display technology.
Yeah, well, that's where the story takes an interesting turn.
Okay.
So OLEDs, or organic light-emitting diodes, are known for their vibrant colors and sharp contrast that we see in our phones and TVs,
Right.
but their potential actually extends far beyond entertainment.
I have to admit, I'm a little bit of a tech geek. I love my OLED screen.
Sure.
But I never would have guessed that they could be involved in brain research.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
So OLEDs have some pretty remarkable properties that make them really ideal for use in the brain.
Okay.
They're incredibly thin and flexible, which is crucial for developing devices that can be implanted in the brain without causing damage.
Right.
And of course, they emit light, which brings us to the fascinating field of optogenetics. Optogenetics is this revolutionary field that allows scientists to actually control the activity of specific neurons using light.
Okay, hold on. You're saying we can control neurons with light.
Yeah.
How does that even work?
It involves this clever combination of genetics and optics,
Okay.
where researchers introduce genes for light-sensitive proteins called opsins into neurons.
Right.
And these opsins respond to specific wavelengths of light.
Okay.
So by shining light of the right wavelength onto these modified neurons, scientists can either activate or inhibit their activity.
So it's like installing a light switch in specific brain cells and then using like a tiny flashlight to flip the switch on or off.
That's a great analogy.
Wow.
And this ability to control neurons with light opens up like a whole world of possibilities for understanding and treating neurological disorders.
Okay.
Like imagine being able to target the specific neurons involved in Parkinson's disease or epilepsy,
Right.
and you could either stimulate or silence their activity.
I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together. The
Yeah,
toxins help us understand how neurons work at a molecular level.
right.
Optogenetics gives us the tool to control those neurons with light.
Exactly.
And OLEDs provide a way to deliver that light in a precise and targeted way.
Exactly. And the potential applications go far beyond just treating diseases.
Okay.
Optogenetics is also a really powerful tool for just unraveling the mysteries of the brain, like how it processes information,
Right?
how it forms memories,
Yeah.
and even how it generates our conscious experience.
That's mind-boggling. So we're talking about not just treating diseases,
right.
but also potentially enhancing brain function and gaining a deeper understanding of what makes us human.
It's a really exciting field with the potential to really transform our understanding of the brain and ourselves.
Wow.
But it's important to remember that with any powerful technology comes responsibility.
Right.
We need to be really thoughtful about the ethical implications of optogenetics
Of course.
and make sure that it's used safely and responsibly.
I completely agree. It's like we're stepping into a new era of neuroscience,
Yeah.
and we need to proceed with both caution and wonder. But I'm curious, are there any current real-world applications of optogenetics, or is it still mostly in the research phase?
While optogenetics is still a relatively young field,
Right.
it's already showing promise in treating a variety of conditions.
Okay.
For example, researchers have used optogenetics to restore some vision in blind mice
Oh, wow.
by stimulating the remaining light-sensitive cells in their eyes.
That's incredible. So it gives hope that one day we might be able to use this technology to restore vision in humans as well.
Exactly, and that's just one example.
Right.
There are ongoing studies exploring the use of optogenetics for treating Parkinson's disease, epilepsy, chronic pain,
Wow.
and even psychiatric conditions like anxiety and depression.
So we're talking about potentially replacing or complementing traditional drug-based therapies with light-based therapies.
Yeah, it's a whole new way of thinking about medicine, and it's still in its early stages.
Right.
But the potential is enormous, and as OLED technology continues to advance, we'll have even better tools for delivering light therapy in a precise and targeted way.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how of optogenetics.
Right.
But I'm also curious about the why.
Sure.
Why is this technology so important? What are the big questions that researchers are hoping to answer using optogenetics?
Well, one of the most fundamental questions in neuroscience is how our brains give rise to our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors.
Right.
How do billions of interconnected neurons create, like, the richness and complexity of our inner world?
Wow.
Optogenetics is giving us a new tool to study this question by allowing us to manipulate specific circuits in the brain and then observe the effects on behavior.
So it's like being able to zoom in on specific parts of the brain's circuitry and see how they contribute to the overall function of the system.
Exactly, and as we gain a deeper understanding of these circuits, we can start to unravel the mysteries of how the brain works.
Wow.
We can learn how memories are formed and stored, how emotions are processed, and even how our brains generate our sense of self.
It's like we're opening up a new window into the human mind.
Yeah.
It's both fascinating and a little bit intimidating to think about the implications.
It's true, and there are definitely ethical considerations that we need to address as this technology continues to evolve.
Right.
We need to be really thoughtful about how we use this power and make sure that it benefits humanity as a whole.
That's a crucial point. It's not just about the scientific advancements.
Right.
It's also about how we use those advancements wisely and responsibly. But for now, let's dive a little deeper into some of the specific applications of optogenetics that are currently being explored.
Okay.
What are some of the areas that you find particularly promising? We've talked about restoring vision and treating conditions like Parkinson's, but what about like chronic pain or addiction?
Right.
Could optogenetics offer new hope for those struggling with these really complex challenges?
Absolutely. Chronic pain is a major public health issue, and the current treatments often have like limited effectiveness or they have significant side effects.
Right.
Optogenetics offers this potential to target specific pain pathways in the brain or the spinal cord
Okay.
and potentially provide more precise and effective pain relief without having to rely solely on medications.
So instead of masking the pain with drugs, we could potentially target the source of the pain
Directly.
using light.
Exactly.
That would be a game changer for so many people.
Yeah, and when it comes to addiction, researchers are investigating how optogenetics could help break the cycle of dependence.
Okay.
So by modulating the activity of brain regions that are associated with reward and craving, there's hope that we can develop new therapies that could help individuals overcome addiction.
That's incredibly promising. It seems like optogenetics is opening up new avenues for understanding and treating conditions that have traditionally been very difficult to manage.
Yeah.
But I know this technology isn't just about clinical applications. It's also a powerful tool for fundamental research, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. One of the most exciting aspects of optogenetics is its potential to really shed light on some of the most fundamental questions about the brain.
Yeah.
Like how we form memories, how we experience emotions, and even like the nature of consciousness itself.
Okay, now we're really getting into the big questions.
Right.
How can we use optogenetics to study something as complex and elusive as consciousness?
Well, by controlling specific neural circuits that are involved in different states of awareness, researchers can study how these circuits contribute to our conscious experience.
Okay.
They can investigate how different brain regions communicate with each other during sleep wakefulness and even altered states of consciousness.
So it's like we're starting to map the neural correlates of consciousness,
Exactly.
the specific patterns of brain activity that corresponds to different states of awareness.
Precisely. And as we gain a deeper understanding of these neural correlates, we may be able to develop new ways to assess and potentially even modulate consciousness, which could have profound implications for conditions like coma or disorders of consciousness.
It's both fascinating and a bit humbling to realize that we're starting to delve into the very essence of what makes us human,
It's true.
our conscious experience of the world.
And with that exploration comes a responsibility to proceed with caution and ethical awareness.
Right?
We're dealing with really powerful tools that have the potential to change how we understand and interact with the brain.
Of course.
And it's really crucial to consider the ethical implications of these advancements.
That's a vital point. Scientific progress needs to be guided by ethical principles and a deep respect for human dignity. But for now, as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of toxins, OLEDs, and optogenetics, what are some key takeaways that you'd like our listener to walk away with today?
Well, I think the most important takeaway is the interconnectedness of scientific discovery.
Okay.
We've seen how the study of toxins, seemingly unrelated to technology like OLEDs, has paved the way for these groundbreaking advancements in optogenetics,
Right.
which is now revolutionizing neuroscience and medicine.
Yeah, it's a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected discoveries come from exploring the boundaries of knowledge,
Exactly.
and that innovation often arises from the convergence of seemingly disparate fields.
Absolutely. And as we continue to delve deeper into the mysteries of the brain, we're likely to see even more surprising connections and breakthroughs in the years to come.
And I think it's crucial to remember that science is an ongoing journey of discovery.
Yeah.
What we know today may be completely different tomorrow, and that's what makes it so exciting.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive for today.
Okay?
We hope you've enjoyed this journey into this fascinating world where nature's poisons, cutting-edge technology, and the quest to understand the human brain all converge.
Until next time, stay curious.